welcome to another edition of Did You Know Doctor Who, what you may not know about Doctor Who. This time we're going to have a look at another 13th Doctor story. Yes, I haven't forgotten about her. The Haunting of Villa Diodati, one of the only good 13th Doctor stories out there. I hope you enjoy. Much of the setup of the episode is true to known fact for Lord Byron, Mary and the others, including that the summer during their stay at the villa was unusually stormy due to the 1815 eruption of Mount Tambora. In real life, the competition to create the best ghost story took place over 3 days, not a single night. The Lone Cyberman's incomplete cybersuit is unique patchwork design consisting of a new cyber helmet atop a body mostly matching the 2013 design introduced in Nightmare in Silver, lower legs matching the 2006 design introduced in Rise of the Cybermen, and a left arm resembling the recreated Mondasian Cyberman look from the 2017's World Enough and Time. Jodie Whittaker confirmed the line about losing anyone else to Cybermen was a deliberate reference to Bill Potts. Some of the references to Frankenstein are from the films rather than the original novel. Early versions of this story included other aspects of Mary Shelley, such as her fear of failing as a parent, having potentially killed her mother, and her relationship with Percy. Drafts of Assad were named the Cyber Surgeon and involved him searching for an amulet to help convert humans, including Claire Clement. Later drafts named him as Cyber Zealot. Official paperwork confirmed that he is referred to as C-Cell to keep his identity secret, and the name Assad was not chosen until post-production. The Doctor's psychic paper has no effect on Mary Shelley and Lord Byron, as it did 9 seasons before upon William Shakespeare. Mary describes the Lone Cyberman as a modern Prometheus. This was the subtitle of the original Frankenstein. In fact, the Lone Cyberman is in many ways a Frankenstein monster, with it having lost all of its humanity and being an amalgamation of different parts stitched together. The Doctor makes a reference to Lord Byron's daughter Ada. Ada appeared previously in Spyfall Part 2. Graham makes a homage to Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice when first meeting Mary Shelley and Lord Byron, saying it is a truth universally acknowledged before he is interrupted. The rest of the quote is, "It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife." Pride and Prejudice had been written only 3 years before in 1813. The term Lone Cyberman is never referenced at all and is just a fan nickname. The story seems to contradict the 8th Doctor audio story Mary's Story, which the 8th Doctor visited Mary and co at Villa of Diodati. Interestingly, one of the foes the 8th Doctor and Mary visit is the Cybermen. And rather obviously, this is the only story in the entire Chibnall era to not be written nor directed by Chris Chibnall, and to not include him as co-director or co-writer, which says a lot because this is much more higher quality than other Chibnall era stories. And that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed. The Haunting of Villa Diodati is definitely the best 13th Doctor story out there. It is the only one that I can safely say goes above a 5 out of 10 in my opinion. It's a genuinely interesting story. It's a genuinely emotional story. It's a genuinely creepy story. And I love how it's so cramped. It's so small-scaled compared to the other Chibnall era stories, which try their damnedest to make everything so vast and massive, and they fill in so many different things, but they don't actually go anywhere. Whereas this story is much more smaller scaled, and sure, it does lead into the series finale later on, but it manages to keep itself subtle, and that's really what makes it so effective. I also think that because Chris Chibnall didn't really have much of an impact in this story, it says a lot about the quality, because he is terrible when it comes to writing Doctor Who stories and directing them. And this one definitely has a higher quality to it. It's not perfect, it's not great, it's not one of the greatest Doctor Who stories out there, but it is certainly the best of a bad era, in my opinion. And it's certainly the best of the 13th Doctor's stories, in my opinion. And rightfully so, it is well liked among the fan base, and it is a genuinely good story. Even if it does definitely contradict audiobooks, which, once again, it's kind of an iffy thing whenever Doctor Who media always contradicts another. But when you have so much Doctor Who media, it's bound to happen. I hope you enjoyed this edition of Did You Know Doctor Who, and I'll see you next time.